Hello and welcome back to my channel. So we've just got into Kerala in India. This is probably for a whole India trip. This is probably the place that we've been most excited to explore. This is like, when I've looked up India, this has been the place that has looked the most beautiful to me. So I'm really excited to spend some time here. We're gonna do a few little different stop-offs through Kerala. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. We just arrived in last night. We got the train over from another city just up. It only took like a few hours. That was really good. So today, plan is to go into the city centre and do some exploring, hopefully see some temples, and we're also gonna go to a tourist village. This is today's outfit. While in India, we've basically mainly been trying to follow like either having your shoulders out or knees out kind of rule, but we're off to a temple today, so it's better to have both covered. Just a very speedy room tour, but we actually, I can't believe how much we've already messed it up in one night, but we booked into here, yeah, literally just last night. And then it has a really nice bathroom as well. It's actually one of the nicer hotels that we've ended up staying in, but we stayed in a few rubbish ones recently, so we were like, let's splash out. Though actually this wound up cheaper than some of the other ones we stayed in. I think the hotels here must just be quite cheap, and it does have a swimming pool as well. Okay, I'm going to sort this sleeping hair out, and then we can get ready and go. So we've just arrived to the Valley tourist village. It's not too far from the centre of the city. It literally took us like 15 minutes on a tuk-tuk, I think, and it only cost 100 rupee, which is super cheap. It's basically meant to be a good place where you can go and do some of the backwater tours. So we just wanted to try one here because that's one of the main things that we wanted to do in the area. So we kind of want to do a few in different places to like compare and find the best one. So I feel like it's much bigger than we thought it was going to be. So there's this whole bit over here, which is like the theme park bit, and then over this other side is where you can do the boating, and there's also a restaurant. So we're just going to cross over now and check out the restaurant and then see how much the boating is. So we've literally been in India over a week now, and we've literally not found anywhere that has any seas that we can swim in or any hotels with a swimming pool. So we finally found one here. So we've just got that from the tourist village, and I think we're literally going to go up to the pool and spend the rest of the afternoon sunbathing. And then this evening there's a temple which you can go and visit, which to be fair we were going to go and do in the day, but it actually doesn't open till 5 PM. So we're going to go and do that later, and also head to the train station to try and sort out tickets, and then go for some food. So we've just got to this temple. I'll put the name down below because it's quite long. A lot of people end up coming here for sunset, so that's what we've done. So there's lots of little shops and everything around it for you to get like snacks and lots of little souvenirs, and then you can walk right up. So hopefully we're going to be able to go inside now. We just tried to go in, and actually we weren't allowed in, it's Hindis only. So then we tried, there is a museum, so we tried to go to the museum, but that actually shuts at 4:45, and we hadn't got here till like 5:15 because we wanted to be here to go inside. So yeah, if you are going to come, that is quite a useful thing to know. I think this entire vlog is just going to be bad lighting, so I really apologise for that. But we are back from the temple now. It was really nice actually, it was really nice seeing it even from the outside. And then we've got an early morning tomorrow because we're heading off to a national park. It opens at 9, I think, so we kind of want to be there for 9 because then afterwards we're going to get a car straight on to our next destination. So yeah, I think we are going to try and go to sleep now because early mornings and me don't actually mesh together very well. So yeah, we're going to see how that goes. So So we just arrived at Wildlife Sanctuary. We managed to get an Uber from our hotel over to here, and it cost, I think, like £9 or something. But basically, as soon as we got in the Uber, it just started raining so heavily. We have come to India in the monsoon season, and we have been here like 10 days, and this is basically the first heavy rain we've got. So I think we've done quite well so far. Emma's telling me she's happy it's raining because it makes the colours more vibrant. No animals, but more vibrant colours. And we're enjoying the vibrant colours. So we're just going to try and wait out the rain a bit. So from where you get the tickets, you can walk up a bit, and then there's this restaurant which has outdoor seating actually, so it's quite a nice view. So I think we're just going to have a coffee and pray that the rain stops. So I went for coffee and Emma got a black tea. We're just back from the animal sanctuary. I'm not actually sure how much I managed to film in the end because it was absolutely pouring with rain basically the entire time, up until probably 2 minutes before we finished the whole thing. Then it stopped raining, so that was ideal. On a whole, we have quite mixed reviews really. Well, not even mixed, probably mainly negative. It's basically not really entirely what we were expecting. We'd kind of had it sold to us as it was a wildlife sanctuary, and we'd read up lots of reviews and it all said like, oh, it's amazing, and you like had the chance to see these animals. So we were like, okay, that's good. That felt like a real sanctuary when it's not like guaranteed that you're going to see them basically. So we got our tickets, and you could basically buy tickets to the elephant park, lions, crocodiles, and the deer park, all for 500 rupees, which is basically like £5 or something. So we were like, okay, that's fine. Then you get taken straight onto a boat, and then the boat was really good. The guide like stops at different places and tells you different things, and he points out different plants like banana plants and like cashew plant and stuff like that. So that was really interesting, and that was probably the best bit of the whole thing. Then we got to the other side, and then first thing we saw was an elephant straight away, but it was chained up, which just by its leg. And we tried to ask if it's there like that all the time, or if it was, because it claims that it's in rehabilitation, but we couldn't really, just to us it didn't sit very well at all that it was like chained up like that. So we just, from that moment, we just really didn't feel comfortable going around really. And after that we saw some crocodiles, again in very small enclosures. And again, it was like sold as this like, oh, they're in rehabilitation, but there's no like signs as to what, nothing looks that clean. Overall, we weren't that impressed, and we did come away just honestly feeling bad that we'd done it. We had looked up reviews before, and I'd looked up whether it was like a proper rehabilitation, and in all the reviews that I read and I looked on their website, there was like nothing that said that it was like this. So that's what kind of, when we got there we were like, is this a one-off thing? But I don't think it is. I think it's probably like that. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend at all really. I'm looking absolutely disgusting while we're doing these stories because it was pouring with rain. I just got so like wet and my hair got all frizzy. But now I just wanted to quickly record this, and then now we're jumping in a taxi and we're heading to Varkala, which is only about an hour's drive away or something. So yeah, gotta run and get changed and get ready and everything now to get the Uber. So we've just arrived at our new accommodation. This is the first time we've actually got a pool that I think we can actually use. The last one was shut for maintenance. It's also, I don't know how clearly you're going to be able to see this because it's kind of misty, but it's literally right on the waterfront, which is really nice. Big room here, and then through to this with a fridge, and then bathroom as well. This, to be fair, I do think this was actually worked out one of our more expensive rooms because the options around here were quite expensive, but still I think possibly only like 15 a night, something like that, so not too bad. So we've come down to take a look at the beach. We couldn't find it for ages, but I think this little strip may be it. But to be fair, I do think the tide's in. These waves are insane though. I'm not sure we're going to be doing much swimming either way. Good morning, so it's our first full day in Varkala. I don't know if you're actually going to be able to hear this because of the wind, but first thing we're going to go do is there's 2 temples that we wanted to see, and then we're going to head back down to the main cliff, which is where all the restaurants and cafes are, and I think we're going to try and get something for breakfast. Strip of shops and restaurants in Varkala. It's literally called On the Cliff because it's literally just on this cliff edge. And there is a ton of different restaurants and cafes and lots of little souvenir shops that you can just wander through. So it is another day, another train journey.
Express special Varkala station.
So we're off to Allepey. It actually wasn't originally on our list, but we were reading through some guidebooks yesterday and saw that it's meant to be like the best place to do the backwaters for Kerala. It's also super easy to get there from Varkala. You can just get a train directly there. So we just went to the railway station. We actually just figured out it only cost us £1.10 for the both of us to go on like a 3-hour train journey, which we figured out is less than our 15-minute tuk-tuk that it took to get us here. So we arrived at Allepey. The train journey was actually fine. Most famous thing to do in Allepey is the backwater boats. So I think we're going to do that, but we're going to do that tomorrow because it's about 3 p.m. now. So some of the other big things to do here is go down to the beach, which is meant to be beautiful, but it's not one that you can swim at. And there's a lighthouse, and I think we're just going to go for, a general wander. We're quite hungry, so I'm hoping we can get something to eat, and fingers crossed we're going to find somewhere that does some good coffee. Also, I literally don't think I ever show you hotels rooms before we mess it up, but we are staying at the Tribu, so it's got this seat here, and then bathrooms just through there, and then this is the bedroom as well. Seems quite nice, but so far it doesn't have the best reviews, I'm not gonna lie, but to us I think it seems okay, and it was, I think, one of the cheaper. I think we're paying about £10 a night. Let's take a vote. Should Emma be in my vlog or not? So entry for foreigners is 50 each, which is about 50p. So we just made it back down to the bottom. I actually really enjoyed it, and I definitely thought it was worth doing. Like, the view over Allepey is just so beautiful, and it's actually amazingly green. That's what I'd read, that you don't realise how green it is until you're from above. And yeah, you really don't. But yeah, I thought it was fun. I feel like Emma wasn't as convinced. Hello! Okay, so sorry, I feel like yesterday's vlogging came to a very abrupt ending. I actually feel like a lot of these days are coming to abrupt endings, but it is mainly because, well, definitely yesterday, we are 1000% into monsoon season in India at the moment, and yesterday we walked to dinner, and I actually bought my camera so that I could like film where we ate and our meal and everything, and then it just absolutely started pissing it down on the walk. And then when we got to dinner, I just forgot by that. So today we're off to do the most famous activity here, and basically the whole reason we came here, which is to do the backwaters. So you can hire a boat and go on the backwaters. So you have two options. You can either get a houseboat, which is a much bigger one, and then often people, you stay overnight on the boat, and even like people can do a few days. I've seen options online for like 5 days on the boat. But that is a lot more expensive. Like, I was seeing like 1 or 2 nights from like £140 or something. But I don't know how many that sleeps, to be fair. So then the budget-friendly option, which is obviously what we're doing, is you can get a much smaller boat and just hire it out by the hour. And the average, like a lot of them say, the minimum is 3 hours, and I think the average is like 4 or 5 hours. We kind of thought that there was going to be a ton of like different tour companies everywhere. Like, we thought it would be like very in-your-face advertised, and we'd kind of be able to like go between lots of different ones and kind of work out the best package. But actually we haven't seen too many. We've had a few like a tuk-tuk driver kind of be like, oh, my friend has a houseboat if you want to do it. But we haven't seen any real, like a ton of tour companies, so we actually ended up booking it through our hotel. It was probably also more expensive than we'd seen online, but then we are here on a weekend, and we were also told that today's also a public holiday, so I don't know if maybe that's made it more expensive, or maybe just the like blog post and books we were reading was from like 5 years ago. But yeah, anyway, it's costing us 4,000 for the both of us, so it's about 20 quid each, and that's for 4 hours on the boats. And that we'll stop at a village and we'll have lunch, but that price doesn't include food. But she said lunch should only be like 60 each, which is like 60p or something. So yeah, we are excited. We did think this morning that it wasn't going to go ahead because we woke up and it was absolutely pouring with rain. I'm just going to check now, but it does look like it's cleared up a lot. So fingers crossed it does stay clear and we can actually go ahead and do it. We are definitely on to the point of the trip where we are recycling outfits. I literally think I showed you this outfit like it's going to be like 2 days ago in the vlog. I think it was actually longer in real life. But we did a clothes wash yesterday, which was actually quite expensive. It was like £8 or something for maybe like 20 items, something like that. But anyway, yeah, so we're trying to go like shoulders covered, knees covered, because we're going to go into the more traditional villages today. Accommodation, they came with the car, which made it super easy, got down to the boat, and then I think we've been on it like an hour and a half now. Yeah, it's been really fun. It's just really like relaxing and nice. Now we finished the boating. Yeah, so we paid for 4 hours, and to be fair, it was quite like spot on. It was 4 hours, and they stopped halfway and we had some food. I showed you guys that. So we got like off the boat and went into a little restaurant which was alongside, which was really cute. That was a really nice experience. Yeah, the whole thing was really beautiful. We had a bit of bad, well, it was fine, but because it had been raining earlier, I think for us the skies stayed quite grey, which was a bit of a shame. So we may try again in Kochi, but in general, this is the most famous place to do it, and I think for good reason. Like, it is so beautiful, like everything is so green and there's so many colourful boats about. It's really, really nice. It's a good experience. So I think next on our agenda now is we are going to go to a supermarket to try and get some little snacks and stuff, because tomorrow we're moving on again. This is a real like whirlwind of a tour of southern India. So tomorrow we're moving on to Kochi. It's only about an hour away, so I think we're just gonna try and get a Uber or something there. Good morning. So we've arrived into Kochi. We actually arrived here yesterday, but in the afternoon, so we literally just headed to, we had like an admin kind of afternoon. We headed to the train station because we need to book tickets for our next stop. That is actually a really good tip for India. Don't ever bother looking up trains online, literally just go to the train station, because I think we've literally, in all the trains that we've caught in these 3 weeks, I think one of them we've found that also exists online, and the rest don't. So we booked a hotel which we thought was more central, but it actually turns out that it's a bit further out. So today we're going to head into Fort Kochi, and we've got a whole list of things that we're going to see today. I think this is going to be one of our busiest days because we're on such like a tight schedule. We basically only we had yesterday afternoon, and then we have today in Kochi, and then we're moving on again tomorrow. So there is a ferry service that you can get from where we're staying over to Fort Kochi. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to get an Uber to the ferry port and then hopefully get the ferry over and then explore that side of Kochi. So I'm excited. So our first stop of the day is the Chinese fishing nets. It's such a lovely little street. Like, I would highly recommend walking along all the way till the end because there's so much going on. There's little stands all along and there's like so many different places to buy fish. There's like all the cats like waiting to be fed the fish. It's just really, really nice. Just like a heads up, when you come off the ferry into Port Kochi, there are a ton of tuk-tuks there and they're all basically offering to do tours. They have like their little laminated sheets and then they're basically offering to take you on a tour to all the sites in Fort Kochi. The average price we were getting was about 50 to 100 rupees. At first we were like, no, because we wanted to walk and do it on our own and we kind of made our own plan. So we kind of walked away from the ferry, walked all along the Chinese fishing village, Chinese fishing bits, and then when we got to the end we were kind of looking at our plan and then more people coming up to us, so in the end we decided to go for it. So yeah, I'll let you know whether we think it was worth it or not. Stop with the tuk-tuk driver was to come to this church, which is the Santa Cruz Basilica. It's 500 years old and you can go inside this one. It's really, really beautiful inside. It's all like pastel colours and it's quite like empty, so it's quite like a nice peaceful place to come and walk around. Our next stop has been St. Francis Church, which is really pretty actually, and it is India's oldest European church. So it's really interesting to walk around. You can actually go inside this one. You just need to remember to take your shoes off, and there was no video, you're not allowed to film inside, so I can't film anything in there. Hello, so we are back from our tour now. I think I actually managed to film the majority of the places that we went into, and in general we were both really glad that we did the tour in the end because we'd only planned to see like 3 things in the area and they were all like maybe like a 10 or 15 minute walk away from each other, so we were thinking that by the time we got to them all we were going to be like knackered, whereas that sounds so dramatic that we'd be knackered from walking that, but it is really, really hot and really humid. So I just feel like, you know, you give up and get bored. Whereas this was good because he took us to everything and he also showed us to a few extra things. So I really liked the bit that we saw with the women doing their washing and where everyone like does their ironing, and we got to try that as well. That was really cool actually. And he said like, yeah, this is a place that you only get taken if you're with a tuk-tuk guide, so that was good. Overall I would say it was worth it. It was only 200 for the 2 of us and then we tipped 100, so it cost us 300 in total, but yeah, really good. I'd say the only slight thing to be aware of and is slightly annoying is they definitely, and I think the reason it's so cheap is they definitely have deals with the different shops in the area, so they take you to the shops and then I imagine that there's some kind of commission thing going on. So we got taken to the first shop and that was good. We actually bought some stuff. We actually spent quite a lot of money, so I'll show you what we bought in a minute. But then we thought that was the only shop, and then by the end he'd taken us to like 4 different shops, maybe even 5 actually, which just felt a bit like overkill. That's the only thing I'd say, go into it like knowing that you're gonna have to be a bit firm when you go into the shops. So this is what we bought. Like I said, if I'd known that we were going to go to that many shops, I feel like we would have actually like spread out our purchases a bit more, but we ended up buying everything in the first shop. He was a good salesman. So we got some earrings. We ended up getting 3 pairs. So I'll just show you. So my sister, I don't know whether this is going to focus. My sister got these little like tree ones. They're really cute. And then she also went for some like that, really nice. He was telling us, oh, it's really nice silver, it's like the proper gems. Whether it is or not, I guess we will find out. But yeah, there was a ton of options, everything was really pretty. So this is what I ended up going for. Just some little red earrings. I thought they were really, really cute. So those were £12 each. So they were kind of expensive for India, but yeah, he was telling us it's nice quality, whether it is or not. And then my sister also got, just unwrap this cute little box. The design is literally so pretty and everything is like hand done. And then she also, this is where the salesman was just so good, she also bought one of these silk scarves as well. Like it is so beautiful. It's all like hand woven. It's like a different pattern on the inside. So yeah, I was really tempted to get that. So yeah, like I said, there are some beautiful things and we're actually really happy. Oh, I didn't tell you the price. This was only £2.50. This was £15. So yeah, like I said, we ended up spending quite a lot and I feel like if we'd known we were going to go to a few, maybe we would have spread it out a little bit more. But yeah, overall, it was really, really fun. So we actually ended up staying out for most of the day in the end. So we came back, went in the pool, and then I think tonight we're actually just going to get food from the restaurant downstairs. We're even considering room service because we're both quite tired. And tomorrow we are leaving Kochi. We're going on to Coimbatore, which actually is coming out of Kerala. So that means it's the end of our time in Kerala, which I'm actually really sad about because we've loved this whole entire state. There's so many beautiful places, especially actually we've loved today in Kochi. We were saying it really reminded us of Pondicherry because it's those like European influences. Yeah, I just thought it was really lovely. Definitely if you're coming to southern India, definitely dedicate at least a week to Kerala because there's so much to explore. Like I say, we've done it in a bit of a whirlwind. You could easily spend so much more time and really spend like 3 or 4 days in each place. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and I hope I'll see you again in my next video. Bye!